right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to welcome everyone here to the state of synth. My name is Dennis G.
And I'm Eon Fox.
And we are here for another episode of fun synthwave grooves and tunes and news.
Yeah, this is third episode of the third season.
Yes,
Yeah,
too many shows behind our belts.
We're chock full of songs tonight. I think we've got 9 songs.
This is going to be, actually, it's going to be, I guess, a supersized episode. That's what they would call it. I'm not even sure.
And most importantly, our special guest tonight.
Special guest tonight is Arcade High, which we will get to you in just a little bit. We can't wait to bring them on the show. But before we do, we want to go ahead and jump right on into our very top story. Now, Jules, this was a very, very hot topic, a very important announcement that was made last week, and we're going to dive right on into it. So if you are ready, top story of the evening: Virtuaverse released their date for their upcoming point-and-click cyberpunk game. Jules, do you know a little bit about this cyberpunk game, Mr. Sir?
Just the trailers, and I know that Master Boot Record is heavily involved.
Yes, absolutely. For those that are interested in cyberpunk, and really, if you're here listening to this, I'm sure you quite are. Theta Division, the team behind the indie point-and-click cyberpunk game Virtuaverse, has announced a release date of May 12th, 2020. With a Blade Runner-esque landscape, old-school retro gaming, and, of course, Master Boot Record. He is doing the soundtrack on that.
If anybody hasn't seen it, if you've played any of the old LucasArts games,
yes,
point and click, or what was the other ones?
Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Just they had that old PC game. It was just so amazing.
Yeah. Or like, what was it? Hero's Quest, or
yes, and King's Quest.
King's Quest, yes.
Yeah, it's like King's
Police Quest
with lasers.
Lasers Larry. Who needs Cyberpunk 2077?
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait for that too. But this one will hold me over absolutely until when that gets released. I guess in October or whatever. But anyway, we have a very special treat for you right here because, ladies and gentlemen, our very own roving reporter Vosto Vlad, he had some time to catch up with Master Boot Record himself for a little interview. So we're going to go ahead and cut it right to Vosto Vlad. Vosto, are you out there?
Hello, Dennis. Today I'm here chilling with Master Boot Record at Ristorante del Maestro. I'm having a mushroom risotto and the master is having a classic pasta carbonara. How are you doing today, Master Boot Record? Are you worrying about the virus that everyone is talking about?
No, I am immune. I'm a cyborg. I do not worry about these human things. But I am an Italian cyborg. I made myself an artificial stomach so I can still enjoy the carbonara. Did you know that carbonara comes from carbone, which means coal in Italian? The carbonara was a pasta popular with the coal miners. And like a coal miner, I too am working very hard every day to bring you quality music. And now, video games.
Yes, video games. Let's talk about the great announcement. What is the puzzle to unlock the date of your game release?
On 12th of May, Virtuaverse will be released on Steam. We, the Theta Division, have worked many years on it.
Wait a minute. There will be no secrets, no puzzles, no crazy encryptions to find the release date?
No. On 12th of May, Virtuaverse will be released on Steam.
Well, that's unexpected. Are you sure there is no trickery behind this? Is it really going to be released on the 12th of May?
Why do you keep asking me this? I clearly said to you the date. You are starting to waste my carbonara eating time.
I'm sorry, but I am just used to the intricate puzzles you make for your Master Boot Record albums.
It's not my problem. Besides, this is made by Theta Division, so it is not just myself. There are other guys in the Theta Division, so it is not only my decision.
Very well. So who else is part of this Theta Division? And do they also enjoy eating carbonara?
Yes, of course they do. This is the first condition to be a part of Theta Division. You have Elder 0010, who does the coding, Wallenberg, who does the pixel art, and myself.
And what is your job?
To find out what my job is, you will need to decrypt this key that I have here.
Finally! An amazing, never-before-seen key that Master Boot Record is about to...
Just kidding. I do the story, music, and sound effects.
Well, you certainly got me there, Master Boot Record. Anything else you would like to add?
Yes, Cyberpunk 2077 is not real cyberpunk because I have been to their studios and their team can't cook the pasta carbonara.
Does this really matter for a video game developer?
Certo che sì. Va bene.
Okay. Well, in that case, folks, be sure to remember, a never-before-seen cyberpunk adventure will come to your door on the 12th of May. Virtuaverse. Last question. Do you think my Night Ride Radmobile is an excellent, legendary automobile?
Does it also have the possibility to make the carbonara?
What?
Perfetto.
Never mind. I guess we'll go back to eating our meals. Dennis, passing forth transmissions back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Vosto Vlad. I tell you, man, he's got some good carbonara over there, I hear.
Jeez.
All right, we're going to go ahead and jump into our first track. We have a lot of ground to cover, but we're going to open this up. This is a little artist from Sydney, Australia. His name is Sam Sparrow. It's a little tune called Eye to Eye, and you are listening to Night Ride FM. Here it is.
Face to face, but we don't see each other. Maybe in another time or place. Oh, I can't help but wonder. Yeah, I wonder if we could just come together. We could see eye to eye. Maybe we could understand each other, even if we only try. If we could just look beyond the surface, we might see the way we stand inside. If we could just come together, we could see eye to eye. Reaching out, trying to be a better man. Yes, I am. And we scream and shout, but no one's listening to understand. And I wonder, if we could just come together, we could see eye to eye. Maybe we could understand each other, even if we only try. If we could just look beyond the surface, we might see the way the sand inside. If we could just come together, we could see eye to eye.
go. Once again, that was Sam Sparrow with Eye to Eye. I love that tune, Jules. It's fun, you know?
You mentioned this last week. You were so excited. Actually, no, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he dropped
You
this
were so
whole
excited.
album. Yeah, it's like it's kind of like borderline synthwave, but it's very retro. It's very fun. So
Yeah.
I dig it. And he's of course an Aussie, so you know, we love our Australian artists out there. Actually, Griff turned me on to him. So
G'day.
g'day, mate.
G'day.
So we're going to go ahead, and before we bring our next guest in, we just want to drop a few more news items here. One more for now. Speaking of drop, yes, Primo, our very own Primo, drops the bomb on State of Synth. No, that's this show. I mess them up all the time, Jules.
No. Beyond Synth.
The better program, Beyond Synth.
There's Beyond Synth, Forever Synth, State of Synth,
So
this
many
synth, that
synths.
synth. Everybody's a synth.
Yeah. So
yeah, but,
apparently,
yeah.
she wrote the song for Time Cop 83, and you know, I'm sure if you guys know the news, you don't really need us to rehash it. It's all over the place, but you know, it is.
You know what?
It is what it is.
I was expecting a little bit more controversy, blowback in the chats. Facebook was the most active,
yeah.
but it wasn't even that bad. I think most people who were commenting on this were either artists or fans, and they had mutual respect for everyone involved. So
For
it
both,
was
really.
tame.
It was just a bad deal. I mean, unfortunately, you know, there's two sides, you know, to tango, really.
Wow.
And Primo admitted she had some faults, and of course, Time Cop kind of, I'm sure he could have played that a little bit better too. But you know, you move on. You do what you
Well,
can.
you know what? Let's all hope. It took balls for Primo to do that.
Yeah.
So
And we
let's
wish
just
him
hope
best.
Everything
Just
sorts out. Both of them.
be good to each other, guys. We're a small
We need more.
community.
We need more music from both of them.
Speaking of more music here and awesome music, I think Ryan's crushing a can of Pepsi or something in the background. We want to bring our very special guests on right now, ladies and gentlemen. My pleasure to introduce to you Arcade High, Patrick and Ryan. How you doing tonight?
It was beef jerky.
Ryan!
I didn't think you could hear that.
He's tearing the
Rip it,
old
bro.
can of beef jerky again.
Come on, man.
Rip it and rip it.
It happens.
Is it Jack Link's in the jar? Or no, Wild Bill. Is it Wild Bill in the jar?
It was actually just plain old Jack Links. I just found
You're
it
not
in the corner of
forgiven.
my kitchen.
You're not forgiven. Hello, everyone. We are Arcade High.
Hello.
How are you doing tonight, Cynthians? Do we have a colloquial term?
I'm just trying to have some songs.
What waiver? Is it still waivers?
Centers? Waivers?
Waivers?
I don't know. I thought it was always waivers.
Waivers sounds like
Waivers.
something I forgot to acquire before, like getting on a boat.
Yeah, or on the show, or you know,
I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I need
sending a
waiver
song to
done.
Time Cop. I don't know.
Do we need a waiver to be on this show?
I think we did.
Yes.
And thanks to your jerky review over there, they just ripped them up.
One can of beef jerky is all we require for this show.
Can?
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, come on.
Where do you live? Do you have jerky in the can?
Sometimes, I don't know. Like,
They-
do they come in cans?
He's clearly never had beef jerky in his
I
life.
honestly, I've never had beef jerky, but I heard it's good.
Oh, you're kidding.
So we are here to discuss all about your beef jerky. No.
No, I was gonna say they're not removing on from the beef jerky.
That's the name of the new album, right?
Close to steak tartare.
Oh my goodness. So yes, Arcade High. I have seen you guys play so many times that I just stopped counting the amount of times because
Shut up, Dennis. Jeez.
What were the 4 shows you saw? Wasn't it 4 you said?
all right. So
Your fourth will be Rhode Island.
yes,
okay.
which we will absolutely get to that. But the first
Oh
time,
wait, so the fourth hasn't happened then.
the fourth hasn't happened. Yes,
Okay.
but the first time was in Brooklyn. You guys opened up
With
for
the Midnight?
the
Okay.
Midnight, which was like super dope, awesome.
Cool.
The second time was at Human 2. Yes, the good old Human. You were at
Mhm.
Human 2, right?
Yeah.
That thing
Meeting group, QXTs.
that happened.
That was. It's crazy because like. It's been so long since those happened. It seems like I feel like at the same time I feel like it was last week, but it's been so long, and it's really weird how long Ryan and I have been doing this. I look back and I'm like, oh my God, we hung out with all those people. Like, where are they now?
It's
Like,
weird.
some of them are absolute mega stars, like touring the world. Some of them I haven't heard from in so long. What an event!
Yeah, I mean, it was actually really. They had some really good names at Human too. It was really
And it was like
awesome.
intimate.
It was. That's the thing I
That's
liked
the weird
about it.
thing about it. It was just like, hey, to come hang out with all of us at once.
I mean,
It was fun.
I never knew you guys, and you guys were up on the stage, and you came out, and the only thing I remember from that night was Patrick offering me a fried Oreo, and I was like, I was, not that I'm anybody now, but I was like really nobody back then. I was just more or less just a fan of everything, and I'm like, oh my God, Patrick's offering me a fried Oreo. This is like the craziest.
I remember this partially, and now we have to get to the bottom of this. Did you accept the Oreo?
Of course I did. I mean, come on.
It was good, wasn't it?
It's a fried Oreo. I'll turn that stuff down.
This is incredible. I didn't know about this. Was it from the truck outside?
It was from the food truck.
It was from the truck
Okay.
outside.
In
It certainly
fact-
wasn't from inside.
Yeah, right. We are going to get to Neon, the discussion, but one of the things that I really kind of tried to pitch to the people over there, Grant, and the people putting it together, is food trucks. You got to have some food trucks, because that's the place where everyone kind of hangs around, and
Ooh,
people
yeah.
are chilling, they're having
there's-
fun.
They're a novelty. Ryan, do we have many food trucks in Pittsburgh?
No, we have
I don't
like
think we have many food trucks.
we have
in
like one or two, and then you have to yeah.
Pittsburgh. like
You never
we're-
see them.
We're in the part of history where like they'll text you if there's a food truck, and then you go to them.
Now, from what I
Yep.
understand, though, you guys in the States, like I would assume Pittsburgh, New York, a little more lax in terms of rules, because in Toronto, our food trucks and our hot dog stands, they are so restricted in what they can serve.
About the
Really?
same, really.
Interesting.
I mean, I guess it gets a little, in Philly, it gets a little, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they have to have licenses and stuff like that.
I
you know.
mean, rule number one: everything's legal till you get caught.
Yeah.
But as for the food truck business, I really don't know.
I'd say more commonly in Pittsburgh is just little food stands where people would
Yeah.
just stand outside or
Right.
whatever. But like
Yeah.
trucks are pretty rare.
And in fact, speaking of food trucks here, is that one of the gentlemen from Honeybeard in the chat? We do have a,
Yes, it is.
a
It's
hopping chat
Gaz.
room tonight. We got Gaz in the house. In fact, he says that if I can pitch to have Honeybeard play Neon, that they will play from inside a food truck. That's great. On top of a
Imagine
food truck. That would be
a
cool.
synth truck that just pulls up.
Oh my god! It's like what's that scene from Mad Max when they're jumping on top of the, the souped up cars with the spikes and stuff, and the guy's playing like rock
Oh,
guitar.
Yeah.
The Doof Warrior.
Yeah,
Yes.
the Duke Warrior in Mad Max
That's
Fury Road.
that's Donkey XL.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. And the equipment, that was all functional. The guitar was functional. He said the guitar sucked, but it was functional.
awesome.
Where did I read this? I shouldn't be repeating this. I don't know. This could be fake news.
We just make it up as we go along too. So
Just
You-
Snopes
no.
it. It's fine.
you heard our Vosto bit, right? So well, you will. And we sometimes, not that we sometimes make up the news, but we sometimes make up the news. It's more entertaining than the real news. The real news sucks, honestly.
The real news is depressing.
It is depressing. People stealing songs, and people like copyright issues, and not saying that the Primo thing in particular. I'm not even going to go down that rabbit hole, but it's like every week, you guys are having an issue too. Like, I don't know if you guys want to broach the subject at all, but I know you guys are going through a little bit of a label thing. You guys want to kind of tell your story a little bit?
Oh, Ryan, do you want to take the wheel?
Sure.
Because
Um,
first of all,
I'll
you're
be back here in the back seat with my head out the window.
your logos on your social media are they seem like they're very like mysteriously like blacked out.
Muted.
They're muted.
Well,
Yeah.
in that case, Ryan, do you want me to take the lead on that one?
You can talk about the blackout if you want.
So, like, I told Ryan, well, you'll understand later once Ryan explains a little bit about what we've gone through. But I told Ryan, we were at the precipice of a very scary moment for RK High, and I said, you know what, we're gonna and you know what, I'll just lay on the table to kind of entice what Ryan's gonna talk about. We were staring on the barrel of the master reset button, And I said, if we're gonna do this, we may as well let's be cryptic about it. Let's like glitch out all of our social media. Let's do a blackout. Let's like glitch everything as we are in this kind of state of limbo, and we'll find out what happens to our own artistry later at the mercy of how the legal system works, how copyright systems work. But hey, if we have to do it, let's visibly find a way to show that we might be about to vanish from history.
Oh my God! So
Yep. So basically,
Ryan, tell us how we got here.
Well, so essentially, long story short, is that our previous label, which I mean, it's not really a secret. You can do a Google search and figure out what this is, but I'm not going to name names here. But essentially, it's not really important. Our previous label that we had released under since 2012, since Pixel Passion, which has Outrun This on it. Basically, we were under the impression that we might not be getting the right amount of like royalties from them, like streaming money. And like we had talked to, I think it was like a friend, it was Ben Boyle, who's a friend of mine from film school, who actually, fun story about him, came up with the name Cool Incorporated for our track. He basically was like, yo, I was looking at your Spotify numbers and they're like really high. And he's like,
high.
Yeah, he's like, you should be making a pretty good amount of money on that, right? And we're like, oh, we're only making this much or whatever. And he's like, are you serious? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, look at this band that I listen to that's like a popular hardcore band, and like they had like less than us or whatever. He's like, look at this band. And I was like, oh, okay, that's really strange. So then like we both talked to a bunch of other people, and they were all kind of on the same page, just sort of saying like, yeah, those numbers aren't right. You should be getting more money than that. And like all of the calculators online for like Spotify and whatnot, even if we like took like the lowest of low, we were not getting anywhere near that amount. And so we basically like I said, long story short, we attempted to reach out to the label and be like, hey, can you remove our stuff? Because we're now self-releasing. We self-released New Impressions.
It's worth mentioning, we reached out for a year, on peaceful terms, like, can you explain this to us, or is there something we're missing? Is this a glitch that our numbers are so high? Like we didn't sense maliciousness,
right?
We really
yeah. And the label owner was on board at first, where essentially he was like, yeah, I think the only way to do this is for me to remove your music, and then you have to re-upload it, and it's like a whole process. And then we're like, okay, cool, but then he sort of like ghosted us, and then eventually we were like, okay, we're ready to go, like let's do it. And then like he just didn't respond. And so then I eventually, like, I was with Patrick the one day, I called up CD Baby, which the music was released through, the distributor, and I was talking to this really nice representative, this lady, and I was like, hey, like, what do we do if we can't get a hold of this person? She's like, well, if you can't get a hold of them, you're gonna have to do a DMCA takedown of your own music. And we're like, okay, great.
Arcade High has to attack Arcade High.
Yeah. So then basically, we did that. We put a DMCA up of our music, and surprisingly, it was smooth as butter. Like, it went through. Like, the next day, they emailed us. They're like, okay, well, if they don't respond in a week, it's being pulled off of CD Baby, and we'll give you the ISRC codes, which the ISRC codes, for anyone who's not aware, is like the sort of like DNA of a song. So like,
we're learning about that.
Has like a code or whatever.
I'm gonna be honest. I like how you glossed over. Oh yeah, everything was fine, because there was 3 days where we basically hit a magic button, and it was like, hey, just so you know, there's a very good chance that everything Arcade High has ever attained and worked for is gone.
Oh my
God. And I'll come right out and say it. That Spotify year in review or whatever, where they give you your little numbers and buff you up.
Right.
Again, we're in disbelief, and we're very fortunate, and we don't understand how this happens. We're very fortunate for this to happen. Apparently, we hit 5.2 million streams in 2019.
Damn.
So, you know what? This is making me feel bad, because I did the same thing with Primo. Like, for the last year, I'd randomly tweet out, oh my God, I love this Cool Inc. song, blah, 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 blah. And I always make jokes, and I'm Cool Inc. this, Cool Inc. that. And I'm sure you guys were seeing that tweet going, God damn it. And I know Primo, like, I did the same thing. She's in the chat, by the way. The last year, I was like, oh my God, I love this My DeLorean song by, by Timecott featuring Primo, and then
Oh,
you
yeah,
find out
and she's
on
seething.
Andy's chat, it's like I'm breaking her heart.
No, it's fine. I mean, like the thing is, like, so, and Patrick's right, because it wasn't, because we didn't know that we were going to get the ISRC codes. We just knew that our music was going to be removed. So for all we knew, it was that we would have to re-upload it and start from zero, where like it'd be removed from all playlists. Like we would just basically be essentially like in the streaming world, nobody's.
I heard that's bull though.
Well, no. I mean, so thankfully,
know.
like. Yeah, like,
Okay,
but
yeah.
we just didn't know. So like then like 2 or 3 days later, they finally said like, yeah, we'll give you the ISRC codes like once it goes through. And then the label owner never responded.
Yeah,
The DMCA went through.
they reached out to him. They said, if he has any kind of response whatsoever, this could get legal real quick, and you're gonna have to, suit up, and we'll battle it out and see what happens. And I'm gonna be honest. They said that he didn't respond, and
Wow.
I'm kind of hoping everything's all right. I don't know. It's very weird.
It was a weird situation.
I kind of wish for further closure. We took a giant leap of faith where it'd be, hey, Arcade High, the band that has 0 listens but has been around for God, how long now?
All right,
Arcade who?
what we're gonna have to do,
Arcade Fire?
God forbid something
God,
happens.
Don't start the Arcade Fire.
What's that, Dennis?
So we're just gonna have to get a campaign if they lose their numbers. I think we could do it with all of our power here at Night Ride. We can get those streams like up. Like, what is it like? How many millions of streams? Like, no
5.2.
problem.
It was 5.2
No
last
problem. No
Yeah,
problem.
we can do that.
We got
We're gonna hit that tonight.
me and Jules
We're
all
gonna
weekends.
do a drive.
I'm asking you once again for stream plays.
I'm once again asking you to play Arcade High while you sleep. Get them stream numbers up.
That's a great Bernie Sanders. My
Oh,
God.
no.
Oh, you want to?
We should move away from that.
Oh yeah, right. Let's move to a song. Jules, what do we have lined up for our next song here?
Okay, well, you know what? Since we're talking to the Arcade High boys,
Yes. What do we
Yeah,
got? Ooh.
we've got a song from their album New Impressions. So this one,
Oh, wait a sec. Do we have that one? Because I didn't load that one in my player because I thought we were gonna play the other thing. You know the other thing.
I thought we are gonna double up on
You know
those
the other
songs.
thing. I don't
right.
know. Well, we can get to that, but I have to download it because we're very professional and we're very live right now.
All right, you know what?
You know what? I'm sorry. Let me chime in with you two. What
Yeah.
do you two want to do? Because we can do this right here, right now, if you want.
Ooh,
Could
really?
we do this right now?
All right.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Oh,
So what is it?
we have a new single. We have a new single that we're gonna.
It's a song. We made
It's
a
a
song.
song.
You guys
We
made
made
a
a song. We're gonna premiere it on here. We'll probably release it officially this weekend.
Ladies and gentlemen,
It's an exclusive.
an exclusive premiere on the spot here. This is brand new, freshly pressed, and I guess in still kind of a workable form, right? You're still kind of working on this, but
Well, we were, but we just decided to shoot from the hip.
that's it. just like you know our style. That's how we roll.
When you know, you just gotta pull the car off the highway, kick them out the back seat, and let them live on their own.
That's
It's
it.
time.
So wait,
You gotta let
so let
them
me
go.
get this straight, Dennis.
Yes.
We're gonna play a song. We beat Forever Synth. We beat Karin to a song.
We did finally.
You guys are awesome.
I tell you, with
I don't know who that
Forever
is, but
Synth,
you're welcome.
those guys have the jump on every week. I don't know what it is because they go on like what Tuesdays.
Yeah, and they go into a studio. They can't even do it from home.
Yeah.
Forever Synth is a show like ours. They're out of London, UK.
Oh, okay.
And
That's
yeah,
cool.
they're growing pretty good because they're so local to people like Ollie Ride and everyone over there, right? So
Okay,
Last-
well they got Ollie right. That's good. But do they have breaking news Arcade High?
They do not. In fact,
No.
they absolutely
Shout
do
out
not.
to Ollie Ride.
Shout out.
Check out our remix of his track on his newest release.
Oh, we love
You
Ollie.
gotta get the physical copy for that though,
yeah.
Ryan.
Oh, it's pre-ordered.
You can
It's
find it
pre-ordered.
online.
You gotta get the physical. What? No.
Not
Is it
yet.
on
Physical
SoundCloud? Oh, not
copy
yet.
only.
Oh.
No, apparently they're gonna release it online after the physical copies have shipped. For
Oh.
first the physical copies, then they'll
Is
drop.
this further breaking news?
Oh, this is I can't.
No,
My head's about to
it is.
explode.
I feel like Arcade High comes up on here and screwed up the program.
Oh my
Let's
goodness.
do it.
This is either the best show or the worst show, but
All right.
I
I'm
think
here for it.
So
we got
this
something
track you
special
guys
coming up.
have given us, it's called what?
Sports ball.
Sports ball.
Sports ball. Sports ball.
I
My
love
favorite
it.
sport.
This is amazing. And I tell you what, this is a very special premiere right here on Night Ride FM, the State of Synth with Arcade High, Patrick and Ryan. Here it is. This is Sports Ball. And that was Sports Ball by Arcade High, special premiere right here on the State of Synth. That is a cool tune, guys. I love it.
Thanks, we made that.
I made that.
You made this? I made this.
Now, before we go into some more of our topics here, I do want to just kind of talk a little bit about like how you guys make music. Like, you guys have been friends for a while, right? I guess like I just hear stories about, you know, you guys are always coming over and playing like old arcade game, you know, like the console games and stuff like that, and then it just turned into like a music thing?
I want to say we haven't been friends as long as people think, but at the same time, I turn around and God, we've been.
It's been
pals
6 or 7 years.
Maybe 8, 7.
I think
7?
2013. I think.
How did you guys meet?
2014.
How did we meet?
Yeah.
Do you really want to know?
I mean,
yes, they do.
Sure.
So even worse than the nerddom that is Dungeons and Dragons, there is a tabletop role-playing game known as Call of Cthulhu,
Nice.
where Ryan would use his music gear to play like gunshot noises and the sounds of these esoteric beasts.
Nerd.
And, yep.
Nerd wave.
Hey, we back it up.
That's it. You got to double down in that case.
Absolutely. And they lost a player, and one of his buddies knew me from school and was like, "Oh, I know this nerd. He'll fit right in."
That's
And
amazing.
then so I'd come play this tabletop role playing game, and he'd be like, "Oh, hey guys, check out this I'm like screwing with this Final Fantasy like remix idea, which has never
I
seen
forgot-
the light of day."
I forgot about that.
Oh, I can hum it to you note for note because I was blown away. Like, hey, you're very, you're inclined. You're using all this electronic stuff. I'm a bassist. Like, if you ever want me to record bass on a live track, let me know. It'd be great. And I think Ryan misunderstood it and thought like I wanted to play bass live, like with his, like as a band. And I was like, hey, just no hard feelings, but like I'm not organizing like a live rock band. I'm not getting a drummer. I'm not working with schedules, this and that. And like I would persist, like no, I meant like just I want to play bass on your recordings. I know how to play bass. He's like, okay, that's great, but I really don't have a need for it. And then I guess like one day he got a whole bunch of offers to play live, and I was like, he came to me. He's like, hey, listen, I know this is weird. I have to play some live shows, and I've never done it before. Do you want to tag along and show me how to do it? Like, and I'll teach you like music production as a whole. I'm like, hey, I don't know any of that production business, but I'll definitely teach you how to be a rock star.
That's awesome.
And from then on, he has been senpai and taught me everything I know in the music world.
You guys remind me a little of They Might Be Giants. I don't know what it is. Like,
you know what I love?
Interesting.
Was it last year? One of you took the other one on this long drive to get some new equipment. And you guys were streaming that.
I took Ryan.
Yeah.
For
Oh,
his Christmas
yeah.
present to Pittsburgh Modular. Which, if you're the one nerd, the super nerd listening to this here chat, and you're into modular synthesizers, we live very, very close to Pittsburgh Modular. They are the coolest folks. Support them as best you can. They do no wrong. I messaged them one day. I said, hey, it's Christmas time. I want to get my buddy a present. Can I get this one model of synth you guys have? Is it Black Box?
Yeah, Black Box. Yeah.
Yeah, Lifeform's Black Box. They offer up. It's an amazing machine, amazing piece of kit. I'm like, I want it kind of like customized. Can you all sign it? It's like, oh yeah, already done. Just bring them in.
Oh, nice.
Just anytime. Just you let us know what day, what time. You just come on in. We'll let them rip on it, and like we'll hook up the speakers. Everyone will listen to you guys, whatever.
So
And that's- yeah.
Ryan,
Mhm.
you had no idea what was coming?
No, I had no idea. Well, see, he was driving me down toward. So we had literally shot the music video for Cool Incorporated like a block away from Pittsburgh Modular, and we had no idea when we shot that music video that they were right down the street. And so he was taking me down toward that warehouse, and I was like, oh, I know this place. That's weird. Where are we going? And then once we got closer, like at that point in time, which was like a couple years after we had shot that music video, I kind of knew the area, and I was like, oh crap! Now I know where we're going, because they actually gave us a tour like a year before. So that's how we knew about Pittsburgh Modular. Like they actually invited us in. I emailed them. It's like, hey, we're an artist in Pittsburgh. And I said, yeah, come on in and we'll give you a little tour of the studio. It's like literally like a 40 foot by 40 foot.
They did everything, and they did everything but like shove gear in our backpacks.
Yeah.
They're like their best company. God.
That's
And
incredible.
they showed off like some of the new modules they were using, and they're like, yeah, here, take this little MIDI controller and play around with these like million knobs.
Yeah, and we're screwed with it. Like, oh man, that's great. Can I get one of these? Like, oh well, the public doesn't know about this for another few months.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, great. Thanks for letting us play with it.
Yeah,
Nice.
it was. It
Like
was
I
pretty cool.
guess I'll delete that video recording. I was just doing a
Yeah,
Brian
right.
playing on it. No big deal.
We just live streamed that on YouTube.
But if you guys want a suave segue,
Yes. We're-
when Ryan got his, let me see if I got this state of synth business down here.
Yes. Help us out.
Those offers that came over for Ryan to play live that got me into Arcade High. There were 3. One was in Brooklyn for a little event called
Oh yeah.
Pulse Wave, which then became the yearly low level. And there was a small gig in Pittsburgh. And the third gig, Ryan.
Yeah, the original OG Neon Fast before it was called that.
That was TempleCon,
TempleCon, yeah.
which became
Which
Neon.
became
Neon Retrofest.
Neon Retrofest.
which could we open up the debate that it brought Arcade High together as a duo?
Yeah, that's. I'm sorry. What? What'd you just say? I missed what you said.
Did
I said we could
TempleCon
argue
have
that- we could
anything to
argue
do?
that Grant and
Oh, 100%.
Neon
Yes.
brought,
Look at
brought
that.
Arcade High as we know it today
Yes.
together.
Yes, because that was literally our first show we ever did.
There you
That was
go.
I thought that was the third.
No, that was the first show we ever played.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm getting old. I don't like this.
So we are definitely going to deep dive into all the wonderful things that is Neon. Real quick though, I just want to mention our sponsor for this evening. This evening's episode of the State of Synth is sponsored by Artium Props. Artium Props makes high quality, one-of-a-kind Daft Punk helmets, kits, and other amazing props for cosplay, Halloween, or any other type of event. You can check them out at artiumprops.com. That's ARTYOM props.
By the way, RDM Props is or was in the YouTube chat.
Yes, they're amazing.
Yeah.
Have you seen his stuff?
Oh God, I told you, if I had $2,000, I'd get that damn one of those damn Daft Punk helmets.
If you hear any clicking,
Yeah.
Yes, we just lost one of them.
can you hear me?
I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here. They're trying to hold me down, but dang it, I'm coming back. I was gonna say, if you hear any clicking on my keyboard, I'm actually browsing the website now.
It's insane.
It is
didn't know that was a
incredible.
thing.
Oh, yeah.
So he makes like high quality, like I mean, you're talking your serious stuff with like the crazy lights
if-
and the helmets.
If
and,
you told me that he stole these off of the 2 gentlemen that are Daft Punk, I would not fight you.
I think his are actually better.
yeah, he custom makes them. It's
Yeah, well, not
absolutely
only that,
insane.
the display and everything, like the what is it? I think it's one of those colored little chipboards.
Right? Yes.
Ryan, I'm just saying, if Arcade High doesn't work out, we can kind of take Daft Punk and play like the Grammys or something, you know?
And you want to, right? I mean, no one will know, right?
No one
true.
will ever know.
They don't know the
It's
secret
marshmallow.
identity of.
Well, I don't know. If I can toot our own horn for 1 second, I don't know. Our stage presence might give us away. 'Cause those helmets will be flying off. They don't do
Yeah,
that.
they will.
You have an amazing stage. Let's dive into your stage presence
You want to?
real quick.
I can
will.
explain that.
You know,
Yeah,
I can explain that.
you can explain that. There's a story behind it.
Our third show, now that I know that it was our third one, I had the order mixed up. Our
Yes, it
third
was the third show.
was Pulse Wave, which was a chiptune event in Brooklyn, run by some great people. We had it really we really went over well. There was our first kind of like I don't know, it really put wind in our sails that like, hey, this is a tiny little room in Brooklyn. It felt kind of scary, and then all of a sudden the doors opened and like 200 people squeezed in. 15 people should fit. And
wow.
people like there was people standing behind us.
Holy
And
crap.
I don't know, they were really receptive. It was a great community that they garnered. They held an event called Low Level, which became the WrestleMania, the Super Bowl of their monthly events. It was a yearly big party. They had artists like they had Mineo.
IADY.
Yeah, did Bitchifter play that too?
Yes, I think he
Bitchifter
did.
was there.
Yeah.
Big,
It's on your wall. The
Yeah,
poster.
well, I'm in the basement. So,
Oh, yeah.
so unless you want about a good 5-minute pause of me huffing and running. Either way, amazing festival. They had like one of a kind arcade machines that people had hand built, hand coded.
That was rad.
It was a nerd mecca.
Oh.
Did I tell you guys?
What's that?
Sorry, did I tell you guys I built one of those emulated pinball machines, full size?
Oh,
Get out of town.
Patrick just
Don't
got
say
that.
the P word.
All right. Anyways,
You're
go on,
gonna
please.
well. I mean, it's gonna be tough to get back on topic with the P word, but all right, here we try it. They had this wonderful nerd mecca event, very chiptune, very that's not strictly chiptune, but like that side of electronic music at the time. This is 2014, I believe, the first ever low level was, and we were invited to open it, and that was unbelievable to us. Like absolutely, like, dude, this is the big time. Let's do it. And we went and we performed, and we were having the time of our lives up there. It was fantastic. And we get off stage and we go to one of the two the photographers, Emmy Spicer, her name is. She actually did work on Disco Elysium game that just came out. Fantastic game. I recommend that too.
Oh wait, yeah, I know that game. Yeah.
Yeah. She was a chiptune photographer back in the day. I think she still does it. I'm not sure. She does a lot of video game work nowadays. We went to her as kind of our spiritual guide at this point, because she was very friendly with us. And I said, Emmy, how did we do? And she goes, oh, you guys are great, except you have no stage presence at all. And we're like, we went to her because she's a straight shooter, but we're like, what do you mean? We like press the buttons and we turn the knobs? And she's like, yeah, I don't know. You guys could like literally pull up like recliners up on there and just sit down while you play. There's nothing.
Yeah,
it's an oil painting.
quote unquote. That's what she said.
So Ryan pulled
gosh.
me aside and Brian's like, listen, from here on out, we're just gonna do what we do. All right. If we're like, let's headbang, let's get into it. Let's be goofy. If the crowd doesn't go for it, then they don't go for it. So we started not, and dare I say this, we started not faking it. We started just being ourselves up on stage, the Patrick and Ryan that love the music that we make and just geek out on it. We, there's a video somewhere online where you can see I bang my head off my machine and you hear a note fire off from my forehead hitting it on accident. It happens.
Nice.
We're nerds. We love it. And people immediately took to it. Like Ryan called it 100%. He said, let's just be us. Let's just dance. Let's headbang. Let's just do what we do. And like, we have no choreographed moves. We have nothing planned. And people were like, oh, dude, I love that part of that song where you both like fist banged at the same time. And you just
it's weird.
And I'm like, Ryan, were you watching me? He's like, no, were you watching me? I'm like, no.
We never choreograph anything, and like yet somehow people are always like, yeah, you're so in sync, and we're like, wait, what? Like we never look at each other. We don't know what's going on.
That is amazing.
We actually to the point where we actually in our rider it says that if when you do our monitor mix, instead of blasts like most artists like, it has to be at a level where we can like yell at each other. Like we sit there, we're like, hey, are you going to that next bit? Well, I don't know. All right, try it. And then we're there.
Nice. Well, it's good. It shows that you guys are actually like coordinating things, which is kind of a thing. That's why people go to shows to see people not just press play and to kind of do things, even though like there might be a little bit different than like strumming a guitar or a bass. But I definitely know you guys are you're definitely doing stuff up there, and you seem to sweat a lot too. I don't know what it is. Like,
Oh no!
At an Arcade High show, like
it sounds a bit one-sided.
I think it was the summertime, which was the last show.
Because only one of us brings a towel on stage.
No, at what was it? The Philly show.
Yes.
Were you
That's
there
the one I
Philly
was
show,
at.
David?
Yes, the Time Capsule Philly show. Yep.
Yeah, the Philly show was so hot in that room
was.
from last year's We Are Dreamers tour, and it was so hot that at the end, I think there was one point where I just like looked out, like just sweating, and I was just like, it's really hot in here. It's just like, okay, next song.
Ryan grabbed the mic. He's like, hey, it's really hot in here. this next song's all right, and it just started.
Yeah, it was, and you had the headbands were just, I mean, they were popping. I mean, that's, I think that's part of the look too. I mean, I love that 80s sweatband kind of look too. I think it's great.
Ryan started wearing a headband. Ryan, do you want to start this talk?
Yeah, well, yeah, the headband thing. Well, because basically,
let's get to the headband.
Long story. Yeah, I started wearing it at work because I would do I work retail, and we were doing like an overnight, switching out a bunch of stuff, and so I was wearing a headband to go up and down from underneath these different tables, and because my hair was getting in my eyes all the time, and so then at that point in time, because our first show we played, I didn't wear a headband at the original Neon Fest, the TempleCon. And then after we started to actually like get a little bit more active on stage, I'm like, I need to wear this headband. My hair's getting in my eyes. And so then the headband just became a thing at that point in time. So I was like, all right, whatever. It's a look.
That's a great look. I love it. I think it really kind of gives you guys character, which is really cool. So.
Yeah, it's the glasses and the headbands, what it is.
Yeah, and Ryan called that before. He's like, hey, like if we're like say we're video game characters, like my insignia is totally the headband, and yours is like the big geeky glasses. I'm like, these are just my normal glasses. Like, yeah, no, but it works.
But it works for you guys.
Like we've contemplated like a not a logo, but like a kind of an image of ours where it's just a headband and then glasses on the other side.
Oh my god, that's perfect.
Right? and like since we came up with that, I'm just like, how can we haven't done it yet, but I'm wondering how we can incorporate it.
We totally should do that at some point.
Like a t-shirt would be
T-shirts.
weird. A poster would be kind of weird.
Maybe like a banner.
A banner, I don't know.
Stickers. You can make
it rough. It's rough. but like because like ever since Ryan had that idea, like if a fan ever and this is the most touching moment if someone wants a photo with us, because it's like you can take a photo of like you can take a photo of the stage with no one on it and be like, hey, someone else is coming up next, and it'd be better than taking a photo.
Oh,
of us.
you guys are modest.
But no. So someone will ask to take a photo with us and be like, no, Ryan, you were on this side and I am on this side. That is how it goes. It's like,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Like, if
One side,
we're
one
doing
side.
the headband and glasses thing, that is how it goes. Okay, all right. And like the person with the cell phone's like,
They're
can I
like,
still get that photo?
they're like, okay.
Yeah, it's all right.
Oh, that's amazing. But I tell you what, we're going to jump in. Hopefully you guys can stick around with us. We got a couple of things we'd like to get to news-wise. And speaking of hot weather, it is not hot out there. Mr. Neon Fox, I know we are jumping around a little bit, but could you dive a little bit into this weather and let us a little, clued in as to what's going on? Yeah.
So for those listening, we kind of have a script, and tonight,
But we never use it.
yeah, whatever. Anyways, so after a mild spell last week, we've now been slapped with an Arctic storm here in the northeast of North America.
Ugh.
So I don't know how the rest of you are faring, but it's times like this that you must load up your favorite synthwave playlist. Imagine some palm trees, sunsets, yes, grid landscapes, beaches, warm, rainy cities, or load up some chip tunes, launch your PS4, Xbox, or PC, and hunker down for some great gaming sessions. And
Absolutely.
Dennis, with that, why don't you give us a track?
All right, we're going to play a little bit of music because we're not all talk here. We got some cool tunes coming up for you, too. We actually had this group actually send in some submissions. By the way, submit.nightride.fm to submit your song. We will get to it as soon as we can. We are getting a little hit right now, but I tell you what, I listened to this track and I fell absolutely in love with it. This is a band called Haunter. And it's kind of I don't even know how to describe it. It's almost like an Evanescence meets synthwave. It's really cool. It's got that rock element, which I really think is cool. It's kind of like the new thing in synthwave. And you know what? I say it's synthwave, so it is. So this is because I'm the boss of synthwave. That's me.
Yeah, well, I know a lot of synthwave artists that love churches. So.
Oh well, yeah, of course. So this reminds me a little bit of that churches, a little bit of rock. It's cool. It's a little band called Haunter, and this is called "Love You Better" right here on Night Ride FM.
Oh, this situation, you find your way into my space invasion. Find yourself some peace of mind, take a vacation. Without me is how you're meant. You know I cannot pretend, can't be your lover or your friend. I don't know where you're going.
Yeah, once again, that was Haunter with Love You Better. And yeah, we have a lot of things to talk about with Arcade High. Before we go into that, we want to actually jump into this next segment here. This is a very, very important segment that we've been kind of starting up in Season 3. It's some very good things informational-wise, and it's really good, insightful commentary. This is from our very own spicy little alien. You know her as Primo, and she's definitely making some waves lately.
I wouldn't say little alien. She's taller than me.
She is she?
Well, I'm not very tall, but yeah, Primo, you're like 5'10", something like that.
That's not tall.
Okay, I'm 5. All right, never mind. Continue.
She's like 4'9". Like, okay. I tell you what, we're gonna kick the microphone here to our medium-sized, wonderful alien Primo with some insightful commentary. Once again, here is Hell Yes, Hell No with Primo.
Ah, yes, it is I, Primo the Alien, dropper of bombs, burner of bridges, an all-around little stinker. This week, I got a oh hell no, the wretched announcing of the announcement. You don't need to tell us that in 2 weeks, you're going to tell us something. Just tell us in 2 weeks. I know big things are on the horizon, or you have exciting news. But let us know when you can actually say what it is. Your pre-announcement is on par with your grandma's "Please pray for Timothy" Facebook post where no one knows what the fuck is going on with Timothy. People are freaking out. Your great aunt's all like, "Is Timothy okay?" But she accidentally made it her status instead of asking in the comments section. And then a few days later, grandma posts to say, "Timothy passed his driver's exam. Thanks for the prayers." So listen to me and listen to me good. That announcement that you're pre-announcing better be a hell of a lot bigger than Timothy getting his permit. And I gotta say, a lot of the time, it's not. That's it. That's all I got for you. Just a suggestion, something to think about. This has been Oh Hell No with Primo the Alien. And please, everyone, stay tuned for a new single and huge collaboration. You know I love collabs. That I'll be announcing in the next few days. Back to you guys in the studio.
Primo. What a hot, delightful mess you are. All right, so
Wait, do you have an announcement
we do
coming in 7 days?
do we have an announcement? I don't even know. We do have a feel good story, hopefully. Do you have a feel good story for us, Mr. Neon Fox?
All right, well,
All right.
so it always makes me feel good when I see my fellow Night Ride crew being included in music releases. Like Dennis, you're lending your voice to the impending Sweat Wave
I
compilation.
am somehow. I don't know how that happened.
Okay, so you're doing that. And now Polish artist Kiyomono, he's dropped his new EP called Night Limbo, and it's 4 tracks of, I think this is actually some of his best work. Great synthy atmospheric music. And it just so happens that one of the tracks features the narration of our very own Karen Zoe Lee.
Very
So,
nice.
oh yeah, okay, her voice, it's so soothing. She would give Carl Sagan a run for his money. So, here's a track. It's called Radicalm by Kiyomono, featuring the voice of Karen Zoe Lee, here on Night Ride FM.
There are countless ingredients that make up the human body and mind. Like all the components that make up me as an individual with my own personality. Sure, I have a face and a voice to distinguish myself from others, but my thoughts and memories are unique only to me. And I carry a sense of my own destiny. Each of those things are just a small part of it. I collect information to use in my own way. All of that blends to create a mixture that forms me. And gives rise to my conscience.
Once again, that was Kimono. Kimono? Did I get that right? Jules?
Kimono.
Save me? Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Wasn't the first time I messed up an artist name. With Car and Zoe Lee. Radicom?
Radicom.
Oh, very nice. I like that.
Awesome.
So we're just chilling here. We're talking with Arcade High. This is Patrick and Ryan, and we were having some fun.
Hello.
Yeah.
Now, let's really. I want to dig into the good stuff now, like
Pinball.
How good are you
brought up
guys at
earlier.
pinball? We want to talk a little bit about one of the things that we're all excited about, and that is the old Neon Retro Fest. And like, I know you guys have, you have history with TempleCon and everything like that, but I mean, this is like, Neon is like really at this point, it's kind of like the mecca of synthwave in a way. Just the fact that it's got such a huge scope, not to diminish any of the other fine events that are going on all over the world, but this is kind of massive. It's almost like a 3-day slumber party. Did you guys? You didn't go to the last one, I think.
No, yeah, because we knew it was going on. Well, so that was the whole thing. Like, we knew that one was happening, and when we looked, because it was in Rhode Island, and I was like, oh, Rhode Island, funny. Like, we played our first show in Rhode Island, and then we saw where it was, and I was like, wait, what? And then we like looked further, and we saw at the very bottom, real small, it said TempleCon.
Yep.
And I was like, what? And like, it blew our minds, because we were like, wait a second. And then like, and since the actual festival blew up so big, we were blown away by how different it was from what we experienced the year prior. And so it was pretty amazing to kind of see how Grant has taken that to where he's taken it, which is kudos to him.
Yeah, he's a visionary. He really is.
If I can, I'd like to, I feel comfortable talking about it actually. I know you guys talked about it maybe on a previous program. We got in touch with oh my god, Let Him Riot. Why couldn't I come up with his name?
Yeah, Alan.
Let Him Riot. When we heard he got signed on, we're like, hey, those are the same people. We all went through that. You know what happened. And
yeah, it was a little bit of a light turnout. Like
ever since that moment, we went on a kind of like a soul searching journey on like what's going on with Neon. And to the best of our knowledge, I believe what's happened is there was maybe too many cooks in the stew. The problem, we experienced a few tiny problems at our first ever show at TempleCon, and from what we understand now, none of that was Grant's vision. None of that was what he was planning for this to become. We are so stoked to be playing this, to the point where I'm hoping Ryan and I hold it together up on stage, like especially. And I was hoping to keep it together because it was our third ever show, and now Ryan's correcting me on this program and said it's our first ever, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna ball on stage. This is gonna be like this big homecoming. It's come to, like, Grant's vision has come full circle.
It has come to fruition.
It's pretty surreal, because like when we first, I mean, like and I'm not joking when I say this, we had literally, was it 3 people in our audience, and 2 of them were friends that came with us. We drove 9 hours to Rhode Island.
Wow.
And the third person was Alan, which is Let Him Riot. So it was literally, that's all who listened to our set. And then briefly, I think in the middle, like some cosplaying giant robot and some people came in dancing and then left 30 seconds later. And we were just like, wow, okay, well, that's a bummer.
Like we experienced like 1 or 2 problems, and from what we understand now, it was all stuff that would have been out of Grant's control anyways.
Right.
And it's like, because like we were like, Alan, don't you remember? And now, like, oh man, it's kind of like egg on our face, because it was all people that were there for the it was all circumstances of it being TempleCon yet, and Grant was trying to steer it towards his vision.
Right. It's a beast. Sometimes it's a fickle beast, the things you're trying to steer. I know Grant, he's really been really moving in a just an amazing direction, and just the way that he has steered this thing is, I mean, right now, the place where he's got it is just amazing, because you have, I mean, really everything that you would want. Your arcade, I mean, there's a full arcade at this
Okay,
place.
you know,
It's
okay,
ridiculous.
you know what I'm disappointed at though.
What's that?
Like there's
Not enough pinball.
Well, there's so that too. Not enough pinball. There's so many great artists that want to play, and there's so many fans that want to see all the artists. So
Yeah.
I mean, why didn't he make it like a summer camp thing where it's 2 months long?
Right.
And every
right.
night
2
there's
months.
Wow.
every night there's 7 artists. And
He's one man.
Grant, you really let us down.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, I
gotta
think we're
wait.
just excited.
We need 2 months. We need guaranteed transport. We need buses, ferries, planes.
We need
planes,
Mitch
trains,
Murder.
automobiles. We
And
need
all
Mitch
you can
Murder.
drink beer. I'm
Yeah.
putting that one in. That's
Overboard.
my bucket list there.
Free admission. We need room for 20,000
Right, because nobody wants to pay for this whole thing, right?
It's just, I swear I'm gonna hug him when I see it.
I'm just excited because I think, you know, like when we get there and see the whole thing, we're gonna like, not only is it sort of looping back from our first show, but it's, you know, the actual, it's gonna be what we wanted our first show to be, you know.
And actually, can I jump in on it right there?
Yeah.
When you say it's you know, this is gonna become what we wanted our first show to be. That is why we've taken especially because we're releasing this single now is at a kind of hastened pace and moving on with our work. We're gonna try. We're not gonna try. We're gonna do it. We're gonna reinvent our live set from the ground up because this is the homecoming. This is it's gonna restart. Like, we're
Do
gonna
you guys? Can I
Go ahead.
ask? Like,
Yeah.
do you guys? I missed out. Like, do you have what kind of? Do you do lighting? Like sync to the music?
We don't personally do lighting sync to the music, but a lot of times, a lot of the shows we play, we've been very grateful and sort of blessed with really good lighting technicians in most of our shows that seem to do really well with kind of moving along with our set. Now, obviously, we've discussed lighting and whatnot before. It's a sort of a matter of like money and like
yeah.
the programming. And the problem too is like our sets aren't necessarily the same. Like our song order might be the same, but like we're actually sort of like remixing things on the fly, bringing songs in and out, bringing parts in and out. So it's a little more complicated than we kind of anticipated.
I can't stress enough. If we look scared on stage, it's because we have no idea where we're going with this thing.
If you guys,
So.
I gotta tell you, I saw Von Kaiser live, and those guys. Do you know what nano leaves are? Those like smart lights
The
panels.
the triangle things.
Yeah, the triangles or squares.
Yes, which
So-
I talked to Patrick about. Yeah.
Yeah, Von Kaiser uses those behind them, and they got the adapter from MIDI, and they jack it in somehow. And
I didn't know those could
Oh.
adapt to MIDI.
oh yeah,
There you go, Patrick.
There you go. You got a project. I tell you,
my wallet and my sleep just plummeted.
hang on one sec, guys. We have a very interesting thing coming in on our wire here. This just in here. What do we got here? The Roland Cloud adds synthwave collection for Juno 106, System 8, JX3P, and Jupiter 8.
Jupiter 8.
What is that? Are they synthesizers?
No, I think they're like rockets or something.
Rockets to the moon, I guess. But yeah, Roland, that's pretty dope, man. Looks like they're sharing a preview of their synthwave collection for their Roland Cloud subscription platform. So that's cool. You get 256 patches, 64 for the Juno, System 8, JX, 3P, and Jupiter 8. So if we have any producers,
Is this also
listening.
something for sale?
More stuff for Patrick
own,
to buy.
We own 2 or 3 of those. My girlfriend is gonna be so upset with me and my spending tonight.
Yeah, can we give a hot take, or can I give a hot take here?
Hot takes.
no.
We have tons of hot takes.
That's the
Let's
first hot
hit
take
it.
of the night, Ryan. Make it good.
Hot take: analog gear is not better than digital. Hot take.
Ooh, hot take.
Ryan.
Oh, my
Can't
goodness.
wait for this.
You need a disclaimer on that. You need a disclaimer if you're
I
gonna
said
make that
hot
kind of hot
take.
take.
Yeah,
So,
I wasn't
Arcade-
ready for that one.
Hold on, wait a minute. Let me buff that. Let me buff that up. Arcade High believes that digital virtual synthesizers can be just as good and fun as analog synthesizers. We don't believe the audience says the difference. In fact, history has proven a lot of Arcade High fans think opposite. They think our virtual synths are real, and they think our analog synths are not. With that said, we own way too many analog synthesizers. Like, we still buy them and use them. It's just like,
because they're
we
fun.
don't need them. We're doing it because we're idiots, and we
pretty
love
much
having them.
They're fun though.
You know, if you are fortunate
it's tactile.
enough, yeah, if you're
Yes.
fortunate enough to have one nearby and it drives your creativity, go for it. If someone dares to tell you, oh, you can't be synthwave, you don't have a Juno 106, you don't have a Juno 60, you don't have any of the old school synths, get out of here.
Yeah, I've got Arturia. I've got Serum.
Go
Leave me
download
alone.
those. Go download those free towel plugins that mimic the Junos. Go down. What else? There's you get the free drum packs off of like the old Lin drums, all that stuff. Just it's all up there. In fact, Ryan, do we still host somewhere on the dark web by now? Do we still host all those drum machines that pack?
Just the Roland Toms that I ripped from my dad's drum machine, which is on the YouTube tutorials. I think it's just those ones. I think.
Oh, we don't repost that big like 130 drum machine pack.
I don't think so. But speaking of analog, as Patrick was saying, like we got a bunch of analog synths. Our fun fact: we actually bought our first analog synth, the Juno 106, which we still have off of Betamax, who's
nice.
from Pittsburgh. Because I've been buddies with him for a while, and essentially like we got all these synths and like we're using them and we're like, yeah, these sound really cool, like this is great, blah blah blah. And then we would go back to like our digital synths and then be like, yeah, these sound really cool too. Hey Patrick, can you really tell the difference between these? And it's like, not really, but I mean, you know.
We gotta plug these in, and then
You're right. We gotta plug out cables,
and like,
man.
well, you know what?
It's too much work.
I'm wiggling these knobs, and like, you know, we can just do it on the virtual one real quick to get an idea of what it'll sound like. It's like,
right.
Hey, just do the virtual. What?
Right.
Amazing though. You can make just so many amazing sounds with them though. That's digital or analog. Speaking of great sounds, Mr. Jules, I believe it's time for us to play another premiere. What do you think, Mr. Sir?
So we got surprise premiere by you guys, Arcade High. We had one lined up from North Carolina artist, Baldocaster.
This is awesome. This album, I'm so excited. It's actually coming out tomorrow, so get a little bit of a taste.
There you go. Yeah, we've got this track. It's we're gonna premiere it. It's called Mirrors here on Night Ride FM.
And once again, that was Baldocaster with Mirrors. I'm so excited about that album. It's so good. Very good. It's coming out tomorrow, so make sure you check it out. And that is off of Laserdisc Records. Very nice. All right, so we're going to go into album releases. Speaking of, Mr. Jules, can you just deep dive right on into these album releases? Let's see what we got here.
There's quite a few, so I'm going to go really, really fast. February 19th, Kid Burn dropped a single called Not Looking Back. Thanks to Dennis. Didn't we play that last week?
We did. No, this is a new one. He dropped two back to back.
Oh, because he's got an album coming out.
We have an album coming out.
All right, so I'll continue. February 20th, Atex dropped a single called Resistance. Yeah, I think Atex is from Sweden.
Sweden. We're
And
gonna play
then
that too.
February 21st, last Friday? We had Lukash with his single Paradigm Shift. And our friend Turbo Knight over in Finland dropped the Cyborg Remix EP. And then one of your favorite bands and mine, A Walk in the Woods, AWITW,
so great.
dropped a beautiful synthwave album called Looking Back. And that was all last week. And then, on the 23rd, Psych from Portland, Oregon, dropped an album called Requiem, and it features collaborations with System 96, Jasper Mitchell, and Lucy in Disguise. And 24th, Light Racer dropped an album, Across the Dark Sky. And there's this single I love, dropped by Rogue VHS. It's called Pale Blue, and it's got narration by Carl Sagan.
Whoa.
The Pale Blue Dot.
Very nice.
Excellent track. February 25th, Iterations dropped a single called Computer Council. And,
busy.
Yeah, I know something about Iterations.
Ooh.
That I can't say
Ooh.
anything. So today, February 27th, The Goondock Saint, surprise everyone, dropping a 4-track EP called A Thin Red Line. And let's see, I'll just mention 2 pre-orders that everybody should know about. Magic Sword, the Endless album. It's coming March 25th. So you can pre-order that on Bandcamp or I guess iTunes. I've never used iTunes.
Yeah, what's that? I don't even know.
Yeah. And then from Spain, Max Thor. He's done some amazing covers. Excellent artist. He's got an album coming out called Fiction, and that releases on the 13th of March. So yeah, that's it for the releases.
All right, very good. And before we go into our next tune here, I believe you have a song of the week. This is our song of the week, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
And what do
From
we got
Washington, D.C., one of my favorite artists just dropped a new album. It's called Delaware is Burning. And here's the first track from the album. This is 2D Cat with The One here on Night Ride FM.
go. Once again, that was 2D Cats with the one. Those Forever Synth guys, they got the drop on that track. But,
Oh,
you know,
2D Cat.
we got two premieres, though. So.
And you know what? If anybody hasn't checked out their merch, their T-shirt,
Yeah, it's good stuff.
You've seen me tweet it out. It's so bright, like magenta purple. It makes you look like a Care Bear.
Oh, well, you are a Care Bear, Jules.
Yeah. Swear to God.
All right, so we have some birthdays we'd like to tell you a little something about. Jules, can you hit us up with some birthdays real quick?
Sure, yeah. This past Monday was DJ Shira, Kalax, and Signal Noise birthdays. So James White, everybody knows.
Yeah, he did your album cover, right?
He did. Shout out to James. That dude's amazing.
Awesome. Yeah. So, what else? On Wednesday, it was Demi K and Cleve Morris's birthday.
Demi K.
Demi K's awesome.
We love him.
And let's see, tomorrow, artist Seismic celebrates. On Sunday, Xenon. Actually, you know what? Karen told me it's actually pronounced Zenon, as in Lennon.
No kidding.
So Zenon celebrates on Sunday, and his playlist was a big boon.
Yeah.
For many artists. And not only that, he's an excellent producer as well, located in Japan.
Good stuff.
And finally, on Tuesday, March 3rd, next week, we've got Popcorn Kid.
Nice.
Vertical Accelerator 7, one of locals in Toronto. And Bonjita.
Oh, love it.
On March 3rd, next Tuesday. So
Great.
that's it, yeah.
Well, very, very good. Now, we have some more fun stuff here. We got to let you know a little bit about our touring and events, and I'm just giving you all the work tonight. Do you want me to rattle off a few of these? I don't even know.
No.
You want to go for it? All right,
I'll
you're
talk like a
quick.
chipmunk. Right. So Dance with the Dead and Das Mortal. They've got 3 shows left in Europe. Tonight in Sweden, and then 2 back-to-back nights in Norway, Oslo and Trondheim, tomorrow and Sat. Last night, User kicked off his Influence tour in Seattle. And tonight he's in Portland, although I'm hearing there might be some issues. So, never mind. He's going to be hitting LA and San Francisco on the weekend. And Carbon Killer and Sierra, they're performing tonight in Hungary, and then tomorrow they'll be playing with Laserpunk in Slovakia.
Ooh.
And then let's see, March 14th, 2 big things going down. In Darmstadt, Germany, we've got Asilian, Neon Nox, Mega Hit, Midnight Danger, and Hyper. And also March 14th, in Brooklyn, we've got Starcadian, and Primo, and Zarina, and Tokyo Rose, and Faith in the Glitch at the Samurai Showdown.
Oh, and guess who else is going to be there?
Well, I know you're going to be there.
You better
I know
have your
Benny
ass there, too.
Benny from Neon Arcadia is going to be there.
Neon Fox better be there, too. Get
I'll
get
be
that
there.
hotel room, man. Got to get on
Hopping
board.
on a little flight.
So excited. It's going to be like
Sounds like an awesome show.
Oh, you guys going to come up? It's going to be great. It's it's like a 12-hour drive for you guys?
I'm not gonna.
It's far.
I'm not gonna lie. I'd probably go just to see Faith in the Glitch as well.
He's
I love
great.
the rest of them, but like.
Yeah, that dude's rad.
And Starcadian. Oh my god. He doesn't play live too often.
Yeah, he doesn't.
He doesn't.
We've been waiting to see him live.
He's really good. I want to dance my ass off. It's very exciting. Exciting time to be a synthwave fan. All right, so we're going to drop another track here. We got a bunch of great tunes here for you. We mentioned him earlier. This is Atex, who hails from Sweden. And he has released a super fresh track. Here is Resistance by Atex here on Night Ride FM. Yeah, once again, that was Atex with Resistance. Cool stuff. Cool. And
Great track.
speaking of cool incorporated, we still have Arcade High. You guys still with us?
Yep,
That
we're
was
here.
my really bad dad joke. I was really,
Never gets old.
Jules was like really working that in on his tweets the other day. It was great. It's fantastic. All right, so we have a couple shout outs here. We'd like to go and dive into some real quick shout outs. Mr. Jules, do you want to kick these off? Actually, let me kick these off real quick.
Okay, let me do one quick thing.
Okay.
I see people leaving chat.
All right.
We got Gaz from Honeybeard in the chat. We've got Primo.
Yay.
We've got Zine. We've got Lex in the chat.
Yay.
Neo Radio. Who else? We got Bio. And, so many people. Karen's still in there somewhere. And, yeah. Tim was in there.
MBR.
Yeah.
Karin
MBR.
keeps reminding me of Corinne.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep seeing
Also
that.
worth-
Yeah.
Also worth checking out. Corinne are great.
She likes to correct people. We've got Jess Mina over in the YouTube chat. And Alexei, who's he's chomping at the bit for more music.
Yeah, we got a couple people in the YouTube chat. We love you guys in the YouTube chat. We
Yeah,
are
Red
almost
Wolf.
done running our yappers. This is a live
Jersey.
show.
Jerseys, hi. Anyways, all right, go on, Dennis.
All right, so quick
Throw some
shout outs
shout-outs.
to Let 'Em Riot. Saw Alan play last weekend. He was freaking amazing. Serena, Bunny X, Strap Locked, Diamond Field. I'm at Diamond Field up in New York. It was a lot of fun. Super cool dude. Faith in a Glitch. It was a fun night. So make it out to New York, see a show if you're in the area. If it's a drive, but check out your local scene. We have all kinds of communities popping up with shows. Of course, we want to thank our Patreon supporters: Arctic Mega Defender, Artyom Props, Conroy Galstar, Dynamite Stranger, Inexcedra, Justin Matoli, Kevin Talley, Lilu Dallas, Neverman, Nightmares and Neon, Pattern Shift, and Synthopsis. Very exciting. Do you guys want to give any shout outs, Patrick or Ryan?
James White, Signal Noise.
Yeah.
Shout out to him again. Second shout out.
Yeah, good
Awesome
dude.
Happy birthday to him.
So, were you both at the Philly show on our tour last year?
I was.
I know Dennis was.
I was not.
Okay.
No, I missed it.
Dennis, I want to apologize to you with a shout out to Scald Brewing, who showed up before the gig with a custom Time Cop beer, and is probably the reason why, if I was incoherent on stage or otherwise at the Philly show, because that beer was amazing.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, he sponsored one of our shows. He sponsored the first episode. That's amazing.
If I didn't know him any better, I would think he was trying to sabotage this show.
I know.
That beer. Other than that, I want to switch my my shout outs to instead an inspirational message. If anyone tells you you can't do it, they're lying. Just do it. If you don't have the equipment, make do without it. It's fine. No one cares. Just do it. Do what you want to do. Get yourself out there. Make your music.
Absolutely.
I think that's
100%.
I think that's the Arcade High bow.
Words of
on the
wisdom
present.
from Patrick, and that's absolutely true. I mean,
From both of us. That's our credo.
and me and Jules have a dumb show, and half the people don't want to hear it, like on YouTube, but it's good because it's only an hour and 45 minutes, and then you get to hear the wonderful, sweet synthwave music again. So it's wonderful. Just do your thing. That's all you got to do.
I will say real fast is that I love that the community has become what it is now compared to when I first started in 2012. The fact that you guys even had this show, that you have, over 100 listeners, like it's just incredible. Like, I know it might seem small to you guys or whatever, but like it's amazing. And like, you guys need to keep doing what you're doing. And like, thank you so much for having us on here. Like, this is
Absolutely.
incredible.
Yeah,
It's
we were
a
really,
wonderful program. We're very proud to be part of this.
we're the lucky ones.
Yeah, I'm living the dream, talking to awesome artists.
Yeah, it's good times all around. That's what we love about the scene, and we love about the music. So, with that, we would like to once again say thank you for listening, and we'd like to thank our very special guest, Arcade High. My name is Dennis G,
And I'm Neon Fox.
and
And I'm Patrick.
And I'm like,
Patrick, Ryan, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. This is fantastic.
It's incredible. And you want to send us out here, Mr. Neon?
Sure. Well, as we send you out, our friend Dimi K is a gold mine for new artist discoveries, and he put us on to this new artist. We're going to plug you out with the title track from German artist Laser Squad's fresh album, Undead Nightmare. Have a good night, everyone.
All right, break out the beef jerky. See you next time, guys.